On today's broadcast, we will be covering phantom limbs. Phantom limb syndrome is having a sensation in a limb that has been amputated. People with this neurological condition experience feelings as if the limb were still attached to the body. This is caused by the brain continuing to receive messages from nerves in the missing limb. The cause of phantom limb syndrome is unknown, but a hypothesis is that the brain is still rewiring itself after the amputation. In V.S. Ramachandran's paper, Phantom Limbs and Neuroplasticity, the two opportunities of study with phantom limbs, first being a demonstration of how the human brain can change and repair itself, called brain plasticity. The other is how the brain envisions its body and extremities. Some sensations that coincide with phantom limb are hot, cold, vibrations, rubbing, massaging, burning, cramping, stabbing feelings. Generally, phantom limb sensations are caused by specific trigger points on the stump of the amputated limb. These triggers can appear as soon as a few hours after amputation. Patients claim to have experienced vivid voluntary movement in their phantom limb, but over time people tend to feel paralysis and a paralyzed feeling. This is because the brain recognizes a visual absence of the limb. An experiment to see just how extensive the brain was aware of these limbs was done by a mirror box therapy.
The person places both hands into the mirror box, looks from the angle that you're seeing, and then begins to move both hands. Now what will begin to happen is the right hand, the right contracted limb, will begin to release and loosen up.
4 out of 10 patients after trying the mirror therapy felt a decrease in spasms and clenching, because the brain began to realize the phantom limb is no longer really part of the body. An interesting difference between paralyzed phantom limbs and mobile phantom limbs is seen in an experiment of mobility. The patients are asked to pat their head with one arm and rub their stomach with the phantom limb. Patients with a mobile phantom limb have the same troubles as a person with no phantom limb, being that the neurotransmitters are unable to complete the task competently and get backed up, while the paralyzed phantom limb patients thought they could complete the task with no issues. Phantom limbs are not just unique to amputees, but non-amputees can think they have a larger right arm or nose or any type of misconformity. This is done because the brain, remapping his body after a traumatic experience, leaves the victim with a messed up conception of its own body. In conclusion, the experiments and research have opened the door to understanding the phantom limb. It has shown how influential the brain is over the body. It has also opened doors for solutions to treatment of the neurological disorder. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast.